I hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. We're continuing where we left off of doing the double date, and I think we're on chapter 3. Of course, as usual with the plugin, and also I'm going to try a new thing where every time I do an introduction and plugin or whatever, I'm going to have it where there's a chapter select sort of in the videos. I will start trying to make it so starting recent to now, I will make it so it's like the introduction I have and the meat, like when the gameplay actually starts, and the outro are all specifically categorized. It'll be like intro, solid gameplay, and whatever happens, and then the outro. For YouTube to make it so you have chapters, you need at least 3 minimum the chapter things, you know, timestamps. So hopefully that'll be convenient for people. Otherwise, link in the not link in the description, pinned comment down below. You should check out my Discord server. Friendly stuff. I'm active there. Just read the rules. Don't ping me. Friendly, wholesome place. Hope people join. Just hopefully people behave, of course. But either way, we're getting back into Angels with Scaly Wings. And a few interesting games I've found. Might be some hidden horror gems on the horizon. We'll see. The sun, the morning sun, declared the arrival of a new day and woke me from my vivid dreams. Memories of my home. Enclosed within the towering perimeter wall raced through my head. The peaceful landscape outside the apartment window stood in defiance of these old thoughts. Rolling hills and blue skies were familiar to me now, and the purity of the sight gave me hope. Ding dong. Neco, please come with me. Why do you have to say it like that? What's going on? You sound serious. The chief will explain everything once we arrive. No? Okay. Is it like super... Oh, hang on. Oh, super serious? Oh, my nose... Oh, too much sweating in my hot room. Wait, why are we here? Wait, is it because I ate the animal last night? Was dating Anna a bad move? Why are we here? I feel like I'm... It's like, did you really eat this goat creature? It was our sacred animal. Who did it? You can deal with the situation... Okay. Thanks, Sebastian. You can deal with the situation here while I talk to Neco, right? Anna better not have died. Neco, I've got... Someone... Okay, who died? Well, what is it? No! Not Anna! I met her, yes. How about her assistant? Okay, if it's the dude, then I don't care. I met him once or twice. Well, that's him. Oh. Okay, it wasn't Anna. Okay. It was the dude who was like the naked dude in the lab coat? Was that it? You know, the guy wearing the... He was like in my last thumbnail, I believe. Or last. Are you okay? I don't know. Is there anything I can do? Let's just get this... What if I just say I'm fine? Would that be suspicious? It's like... It's almost too late now, but we can just do this. Curious, huh? I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Let's just get this over with. And here's more bad news. The blood we found on the first victim in town matches DNA evidence on the second victim at the power facility. Furthermore, the murder weapon and method appear to be the same across all 3 victims, and that's going to be a big problem for you. Why is that? Because with these 3 murders, Reza now qualifies as a serial killer. We won't be able to keep this whole thing quiet for much longer. Higher authorities, including the ministry in charge of your whole visit, will know about this soon. I have no idea what will happen once they do. I'm not sure what to say to that. I don't want to worry you, but we can be sure that action will be taken soon. I've been considering this possibility for a while, and I think it might be best if you went back to your own world for now. Oh, come on, I was just getting familiar with Anna's Riz, and this happens? I mean, and Adine. Gotta get the dragon harem, right? This way, we can take action before the ministry does, and before all this becomes public. If we wait, we don't know what they'll do, or how the public will react. Yeah, the public wouldn't react too well. With everything going on, it's too dangerous for you to stay here. No. No? This would be the worst possible time for me to leave. We've given up our PDAs, and hardly have anything to show for it. We are owed several more generators, and let's not forget that Reza is still missing. If I leave now, the only thing I return home with is my life. I'll have lost everything else. We need those generators, Bryce. I have no idea if your authorities will continue to uphold our deal or what they'll do to Reza, but I'm not leaving until this is over. If that's your decision, then so be it. That's fine. Anyway, let's get back on track. It's like, go home and save your life, or risk being killed and maybe getting a dragon harem. Most people be like, okay, well no, but dragon harem, come on, even if you're not a furry, come on. What are you doing? Anyway, let's get back on track. I called you here for a reason. Neco, in addition to the murders, several things were stolen. Among them, your PDAs, batteries, and some components used to build generators. Okay, well, that definitely sounds like something Reza would do. Or if my theory was accurate about there being, like, you know, a prior human who's just maybe immortal. Or, and I could go in many directions, but well, we'll just keep going. Does that ring any bells? Not really. Reza might have some knowledge of electronics, but I doubt he has enough to assemble one of your generators, even if he had the parts. Strange. Even so, it's fair to assume Reza's involvement at this point. No one else has a greater motive to steal the PDAs, especially after what happened between him and Maverick. Unless someone wanted to frame Reza in order to sabotage this whole operation. You really believe that? Hey, I'm just saying, it's possible. I'll shelf that idea under possible but unlikely. Damn, aren't you open-minded? It's gotta be Reza, even though we don't have any evidence, except just, you know, him shooting Maverick, but never actually killing someone. So it's like you have evidence that a person could be, you know, potential homicide, but no evidence that they've murdered many people. It's a little flimsy, you know? Like, they're a prime suspect, don't get me wrong. We can't just label the dude a serial killer when you genuinely have no evidence. No witnesses, no video evidence. These dragons are kind of silly. But hey, Chief, are we done here? Pretty much. What do you ask? We just got a message from the higher-ups. You and Neco are to report to the Ministry of Culture and Arts immediately. Immediately as in right now? Yeah, apparently. What's going on? To be frank, I don't know. This is an extraordinary situation, and now that it's getting out of hand, they must want to address it. I have to handle this delicately. Maybe they're going to throw a surprise party for us. Yeah, probably not. That's the goofy answer that's not... maybe it's not going to be a big deal. Maybe, I suppose we'll soon see enough. That's more neutral. So, the worst possibility. If you expect the worst, at least you won't be disappointed. Sebastian, you can finish up here and go to the ministry. I mean... I wouldn't say it's the worst possibility. I'll go with a neutral stance, whatever. Sebastian, you can finish up here and go to the ministry when you're done. We'll probably have to make some arrangements after this meeting. Sure thing, Chief. Let's go then, shall we? It's not like I have a choice. We'll be meeting. What if it's going to be that old lady again? That was quicker than I expected. I wouldn't have minded waiting out here a little longer. Did I meet her yet, or did I just do that but going back in the past? I'm pretty sure I did. Greetings, Minister. Greetings. Shall we go inside for our official business? Now I've got everything I need right here. It gets so stuffy inside on hot days. My assistant doesn't seem to mind, but I prefer the fresh air. I'd rather just stay right here unless you have any objections. I don't. I see. Well, I know I haven't been up to date in regards to Reza's sudden disappearance, but to get the message today that he is a confirmed serial... What do you mean, confirmed serial killer? You don't have evidence. You have coincidences. That's not how the law works, okay? He's a prime suspect. Yeah, you would drag him to court. Yeah, you would probably get like what am I thinking of? A warrant for their arrest. But that's it. He's guilty of shooting Maverick. That's it. So it's saying confirmed serial killer. I'm not even a person that studies law, and it irritates me. Come on. Anyways, frankly, I'm curious as to why the facts of this case have... Facts. The facts are just people are dead and they died by the same method. Everything else is just up in the air, but these people are like, oh yes, it's confirmed. Yes, it's... I'm curious as to why the facts of this case have been withheld from me for so long. It was simply because they weren't within your jurisdiction. The murders were strictly a police matter. Only with the amount of new evidence, namely the DNA and blood we found, and these 3 murders now being linked together. How are they linked? It's just the murder style is the same, but Reza shot someone, but the other ones died by claw marks or bite marks. I don't know what they're... Are they just making a shit up, or did I just forget something? It feels really inconsistent here. The new evidence. The only... I'm gonna have to move on before I continue ranting. They're linked together. No, it's... I see, so Reza's involvement is now These dragons are stupid. Facts are nothing to be afraid of. Are they just rubbing, like, irritative salt in my wounds? Did they just like, ah, yes, this is fact now because we said so. This is objectively fact, undeniable fact. He's a confirmed serial killer. And then next sentence, yeah, don't worry, he's a confirmed serial killer. Then the next sentence, yeah, he totally did it. And then the next sentence, 100% irrefutable. Shut the fuck up, prove it. Jesus Christ, you're, like, no matter how many times they're gonna repeat it, I'm not gonna just suddenly believe what these stupid characters fucking say. Holy shit. With our thick hides, I don't think our species has much to fear if we consider the murder weapon? Yeah, speak for yourself. You don't think someone of my standing needs protection? Oh, for sure. If you're worried about your personal safety, we could look into an escort. Good, considering all the murders took place during the night. I'll certainly need it. Long days are endemic in my line of work. But that's not enough about that's enough about myself. We now face the question of what should be done about Reza and Neco. I'm helping. Shut the fuck up. Minister, we continue our hunt with Reza every day. As a matter of fact, Neco has been helping us do so for a while now. Exactly. Is that so? One human, a murderer, presumptive murderer, and attempted murder. Let's keep that fucking factual, because again, they keep repeating it. They're trying to, like, it's like they're trying to retcon fucking history here. And unless, again, I'm brave farting something, but I swear to God, I'm still remembering everything completely clean. Another detective. Yes. And how do we know Neco isn't also following a similar plan to Reza's, whatever that may be? Similar concerns were leveled by Reza's escort, Maverick. It was his overreaction that caused Reza to run away in the first place. I mean, if you're saying that he overreacted in that moment and that's what you saw, and you're confirming that the time you did witness him trying to kill someone or shoot someone, or, you know, the only evidence of Maverick being hurt by Reza, he reasonably understands that Reza's overreaction, or Maverick's action, like, both of them overreacted kind of thing. But they're still saying, but... I swear to God, if they repeat themselves one more time. Let the human talk for once, Chief. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Please, Neco, enlighten me. You and Reza came here on the same mission, and the situation has escalated beyond our expectations. What you tell me now will determine the actions I'll take. Oh, boy. Maybe you should start by telling me your side of the events from the beginning. Reza was fine during his early days here. Things only went wrong after you arrived. What are you insinuating? I opened my mouth, but Bryce spoke first. Determined to defend me. What of let the human talk don't you get? Arguably, the problems that caused all this were apparent even then. How so? Maverick suspected Reza of planning something, but I didn't think he had a case. Well, did he? No, what he had was a suspicion. The night he followed Reza, he found both him and Neco at the portal. The humans intended to send one of their promised generators through, but there was a confrontation that ended with both Maverick and Neco wounded, and Reza running away. He understands these chain of events, but... Reza's been missing ever since. He's been missing, but, you know, he's totally did the murders. You know, the missing ever since. We've never seen him, but he totally is responsible. Wow. I've read the reports. Yeah, the reports. Yeah. The question is, did Maverick cause this, or did he just fail to prevent it? I have no way of knowing that. You just mentioned your apparent knowledge of problems back then. Problems may not have been the right word. Let's just say Maverick's attitude was not helpful during that encounter. Why did you choose Maverick as his escort in the first place? Protection for the human ambassador was my greatest concern. When I made that decision and Maverick was the most capable individual, sure. Well, that worked out nicely, didn't it? You also seem to think that Maverick shouldn't have remained as his escort, is that true? Yes, had I paid more attention to the warning signs, the situation may have been avoided. Does he accept responsibility for the incident? Yes, Minister. I see. Okay, now let's get back to the top. Yeah, please. Can I speak? Reza was your partner in humanity's mission to come to this world. His list of criminal activities not only includes murder, somehow. Again, this is like the 8th fucking time they just keep saying it. But also theft of generators. Other people may want generators. Oh, it's like... You leave a fucking... newly purchased gaming monitor on your porch in a city. You think one type of person's going to steal it, or a bunch of people are going to steal it? They're like acting like, oh, who'd steal generators? No one, no dragon, no evil dragon, no random stranger. No, it has to be the human. That just makes no sense. It's so closed-minded. It's so idiotic. Like, prime suspect, yes, but they're using prime suspect and absolutism. Why they're just going back and forth with illogical and then logical irritates the shit out of me. But yeah, he's murderer and confirmed thief and confirmed electronics and confirmed PDA stolen. No one else could have done it magically. I understand why Bryce would reason that you could help the investigation, but we have no other choice but to be suspicious of Reza's partner. What was your motivation when you agreed to help us? I'm just gonna be fucking honest, as usual. Bryce wouldn't let me say no. It is my best bet at finding... It is my best bet at finding the truth? It is beneficial to my actual mission. And what would that be? The deal between our races. I firmly stand by our original agreement. If Reza is involved with these crimes, I want no part of it. It has nothing to do with me or the reasons I came here in the first place. If his actions are endangering this agreement in any way, I want to put a stop to him. Oh, I'm not sure if that would be the choice I'd pick, but I'll pick it first just to see their reaction. Well, after reading up on the whole situation and hearing both your accounts, I believe that Neco is trustworthy. Yeah. Nevertheless, I think Neco presents a great risk. Why is that? After this meeting, I will hold a press conference to inform the public of the current situation. The people must know of the danger posed by Reza. The hypothetical threat, but no matter what Bryce and I think about your involvement, the public could feel differently. You and me and Bryce will have to face the backlash resulting from this information becoming public, and what's more, Neco, you might be in danger yourself. That much, yes. As long as you don't get, like, dragons with pitchforks. I don't know why they'd need torches and pitchforks when they can just blow fire, but, Reza himself may come to silence you once he learns that you are helping us? Again, why he's... It's like the 20th time they've mentioned, oh, Reza's a killer, yeah, Reza's gonna kill you, Reza's the confirmed killer, Reza's the devil himself, Reza, every crime you can think of he's probably done, he's broken every Geneva Convention thing. Oh, we don't need to suspect, we just know, because we say so, God damn. You can tell I'm annoyed, right? Or consider the public uproar from those who would question your involvement. All things considered, it would be for the best if you returned to your own world. Okay, what if I say something different by loading? Bryce wouldn't let me say no. I didn't actually want to help with the investigation, but Bryce insisted until I eventually agreed. As strange as it sounds, that makes you appear more trustworthy to me. Someone jumping at the opportunity to participate in the investigation would be viewed with suspicion. True. Well, after reading up on the whole situation, it's like... I mean, I think they would trust me regardless, but it is my best bet at finding the truth. I thought Reza's involvement was undeniable at this point. That may be true, but we still don't have the whole picture. We don't know if others are involved or his reasons. I just want to know why. I see. Now that's very logical. Again, yeah. We still don't have the whole picture. We don't know if others are involved. Yeah, there could be magically other people besides Reza. Wow, imagine that. Shock. It's the game. I can tell what the fuck they're trying to do. They're trying to subvert your fucking expectations, laying the blame on Reza, making it so they're trying to make it so they subvert your expectations to think it's all on Reza, so then that the mysterious third-party character that just hasn't revealed themselves, or the one in the mask, or a dragon that's definitely helping them, or two, are just left more of a mystery. But it's like, no. Reza's probably an accomplice, but that's all that really there's any evidence of. There's no reason to assume that no one else is like involved. It's just annoying, because I really don't think Reza's behind the human in the mask and the cloak. That'd be kind of stupid, but we'll see. But yeah, that'd be a logical choice for me to say. Everything else is the same. I came to the very same conclusion. Yes. Then with your support, this is what shall be done. Please don't. Please don't. You don't agree? If you send me back now, this diplomatic relationship is over. I'd have to admit to defeat to humanity. There's no way I can return without your generators, our PDAs, or Reza. Maybe you could explain to them what a great choice of an ambassador Reza was. Yeah, I mean, like I said, It's almost like what I complain about, like, with old TV shows where they deliberately pick incompetent people. It's like they do that a lot, even like in shows like Doctor Who and other things. Like, you have a pivotal main character, nothing can go wrong, but coincidentally, in the smart astronaut team of brilliant scientists, there just happens to be this one cog in the wheel, this one moron that somehow just exists, who just completely defies all reason, all logic, and basically is only there as a character for a plot leverage to fuck shit up and make it so shit gets real, basically. And I hate movies and writing that has that, because you'll just have that one stupid person, and then you'll be like, no, let's think it though. Why is that stupid person even there? If this is supposed to be like a position where it's like smart people, detectives, lawyers, doctors, like genuinely smart people. Let's say just genuinely smart people. There's a lot of dumb people that are doctors too. Let's not fool ourselves now. But you'd think they'd pick the brightest, the smartest, but then there's always that hand-picked moron again that just makes things go from good to worse just to accelerate the plot kind of thing. I hate when it feels like that. I hate it. But Resda was, incompetent. Why pick someone who's just, like, irrational and, like, is willing to shoot someone? But, I was his partner, so in a way, he is my responsibility. I just can't go back like this. I'm afraid that's not enough. It certainly doesn't outweigh your reasons for sending you home. Just let me explain. I'll tell you everything. Years ago, our world was prosperous. Our technology was far more advanced than yours, our technology was far more advanced than yours, even. Computers not only graced every household, but every single person. It was the age of information. Even children had the power to access most of the advanced knowledge at their fingertips, but they really shouldn't. With our PDAs, our interconnectedness with people and our environment was greater than ever. From locomotion to repetitious work and household chores, many processes were automated to such a degree that except for our jobs and hobbies, there was nothing that needed to be done by a person anymore. Even the concepts of someone wielding a weapon was outdated, as wars were no longer fought by people but machines. Yeah, we are genuinely getting closer and closer to like Metal Gear Solid 4, like kind of complicated war. But instead it's like wars aren't fought genuinely with really weapons, it's fought with information and fought with cyber warfare and fought with propaganda, basically. And that's everywhere these days, but we're not going to rant on that. Looking back, it was probably the single most prosperous time in human history. Exploitation of the environment and other people was at an all-time low, as was crime. Conversely, our technological advancements had drastically increased quality of life. Humans were no longer required for strenuous and repetitive tasks. I'm pretty sure you already said that. Education had reached an all-time high. We still haven't reached that. Look at America and other places, they're at all-time lows, so I mean, let's wish for a hypothetical future where this becomes true. And many new jobs are created. General happiness had reached levels never seen before. Yet one day, everything changed. They said changed. Well, what happened to the sun? A solar flare that was headed for Earth was detected by an automated monitoring system. What, did it do like EMP everything? It was determined to be so powerful that it dwarfed all others ever recorded in history. We had less than a week to prepare. Chaos hit much earlier than expected as people scrambled to shield themselves and their possessions from an incoming ion storm. On a worldwide level, power lines were switched off, satellites were reoriented in space, and planes grounded to mitigate the effects that would hit us. I mean, technically, this is a reasonable scenario. If a solar flare does happen that could send out basically an EMP beam, it would fuck with our planet and liveliness the more we attach ourselves to electricity, which is why the idea of going 100% electric cars, 100% electricity, genuinely is not a good idea. Even if you are, let's say, an environmentalist, you have to think of it like this. Batteries are not environmentally friendly. Battery mining is not environmentally friendly. Most of it's from slave labor camps. So unless we find new technology that can replace common lithium batteries, lithium mines are extremely dangerous, extremely bad. You're forcing people in third world countries to work to make your stupid goddamn Elon car. What we need is a new form of battery that can charge things well, that is resistant or immune to electrical EMP discharges, because you have to think of a hypothetical scenario where a lot of things become electricity. Think of like pacemakers, think of a hospital, think of so many things, like brain chips. Like even Gabe Newell of Valve is thinking of like, brain chips. But if an enemy nation decides to just not even nuke you, not even missile you, just set off a drone that's carrying EMPs everywhere, everything's gone. Electrical grid gone. Communication gone. Everything's gone. Relying so much on electricity is not the future. It's not green either. It's convenient. It's a luxury. That's my rant of the day, because this is a real scenario. Either we're going to get hit by an EMP in a future that's terrorist-based, or we get hit by an EMP that's the sun, and then, then you'll have the bad people in the world then start going violent and breaking things and stealing things. So, I'm not looking forward to that. I know it's going to happen eventually, or numerous times within my lifespan. But let's not get into that negative topic anymore. It was only then, when our race had become so dependent on technology that we were immeasurably vulnerable against this kind of disaster. Exactly. Which is why I wouldn't do it. That day of force with the power of 10 billion Hiroshima bombs was unleashed into our atmosphere. 10 billion? Is that a calculated plausibility, or is that just an exaggeration? I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, the sun is fucking strong after all. Eyewitnesses' reports from this day were varied as they were terrifying. Ooh. Aurora Borealis. In my bedroom, a huge, beautiful aurora could be seen on the horizon before fireballs hurled across the sky. Fireballs? I mean, they just saw like aurora is not solar flares, but in some places these lights became so bright that even those asleep at night awoke, as though day had already arrived. A coronal mass ejection by itself did not have the power to kill anyone directly, but the side effects were disastrous. After the lights in the sky arrived, sparks showered from electrical outlets everywhere, igniting rampant fires in every town and city. Facilities that stored weapons, fireworks, or other explosives became centers of widespread destruction and loss of life. During the next stage, the solar flare started to affect body modifications and caused commonplace pacemakers and nanomachines to fail. Nanomachines, if anything, I would hypothetically think science would find a way for nanomachines to be one thing that would help resist things. But it'd have to be a hypothetical scenario. Like, I'm not a scientist, mind you, but I would believe there'd be a hypothetical, let's say Metal Gear Rising or Revengeance, I can't remember what it's called. If you think like an exterior shield constructed with nanomachines that are used to shield against a surge of electricity so that it cannot penetrate the nanomachine, let's say nano-woven nanotechnology fibers of a futuristic clothing or protective mesh. That'd be the only way to maybe protect against EMP strikes. Machines guarding against machine vulnerabilities, so to speak. I would think that'd be one of the hypotheticals. Because otherwise it'd be some kind of like rubber alloy that it just doesn't work just because that's an insulator and that's heat. And machines and heat don't mix. But yeah, anyways. 15% of the world's population died as a result of this alone. Once the power of the waves hit us, however, society as we knew it collapsed in one fell swoop. Power grids on Earth shut down. I could go on a rant about that, goddamn. And as did all the machines that automated our routine tasks. Long-distance communication and transport became a thing of the past. No. I mean, you still have, bikes and shit, but without electrical power, the quality of life of healthcare plummeted, and water and sewage systems were crippled. Diseases we thought defeated centuries ago made their comeback in a most unsightly fashion. Yeah, it's either that or we get the Floridian, not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, mind you, but if you look up Floridian mosquitoes, Floridian genetically modified mosquitoes. You should look that up. That's a fun read. Yeah, they're genetically modifying mosquitoes for your own safety. I'll leave it there. It's a fun read. Worrisome, though. Florida might be a weird place in the future. Who knows? But yeah, diseases we thought defeated centuries ago made their comeback in the most unsightly fashion. Whether mosquito-bound or mosquito-caused or not, many thought the end of the world had arrived, and in a way it had. Some people blamed whoever their belief system would allow, angry at the gods that had forsaken them. Others pointed their finger at our lifestyle and society, not that anyone was listening. Meanwhile, all the people living in the buttfuck of nowhere in the forest are just like, well, time to get back to work, chop some logs and plant some trees. I don't know. Oh, get this hair out of my eye. There you go. Practically, we were back in the Middle Ages. Governments collapsed and we were overthrown, and the ensuing power vacuums filled with groups of people that were sometimes organized and sometimes not. The few functioning electronic devices left became rare, sought-after artifacts over which batteries and even wars were fought. Oh man, but come on, those lithium mines are still there. Of course, there were also wars over resources and territory. The weaponry used was improvised or reclaimed from the days when humans had been present on the battlefield. Okay, so probably mostly AK-47s, probably. It had been ages, but people returned to the old bloody ways of war. Humanity is in shambles now. It's like when I'm talking about humanism and animalism. When humans pretend to be more human than animal, don't trust them. If a human... Well, let's say... This is a perfect example for those that are younger. When you're younger and more lively or youthful, sometimes you're going to find those kind of kids out there that will be more... They'll act more animal than human. Like roleplay kind of shit. It's cringe in most cases. But humanity is always dualistic, like I rambled before. But always be careful of humans that act too human, and be careful of humans that act too animal, because it's cringe. Too human, usually they're egotistical, or they have something to prove, some kind of ego-related business. But when it's too much of an animal, it's like, what are you, just a weird furry? What are you, like, someone that goes on a fur affinity? DeviantArt? Ugh. Tumblr? Oh, disgusting. But yeah. Mix and balance. Balance is key. Balance is key. Especially to be happy. If you want to be happy, find balance. Balance is everything. Those I'd call family and friends now live within a giant, mostly self-sufficient city-state of survivors. A huge wall around the perimeter. A wall. Walls are problematic. I gotta stop making jokes anyways. A huge wall around the perimeter, guarded by a militia, prevents any outside interference. It's the only way we can retain a modicum of order. Gangs of raiders and looters. This became post-apocalyptic over there, really? Gangs of raiders and looters run rampant on the outside. They wouldn't hesitate to kill first and ask questions later if they had known about my PDA. Okay, so they're giving much needed information on why Earth's world kind of sucks ass and why staying in the dragon world for our dragon harem would be the most logical. Because this guy's like saying, hey, I came from a Fallout post-apocalyptic universe where instead of a nuke dropping everywhere, it's EMPs, basically, but mostly from the sun. Apparently not from enemy nations. But yeah, who'd want to go back to that? This dragon world is basically pre-fucked up human world. So yeah, if I was in this guy's shoes, I would want to stay here. I wouldn't want to go back. I'd be like, this place has dragons. I have a dragon harem. There's some murders happening, but as if that doesn't happen in the human world. Whoop-de-doo. Our contained community has flourished over years now. We have homes to live in, crops to grow, and livestock to raise, and still have our own automated hospital that runs on salvage generators. Lately, though, supplies have started to run low, and dangerously so. The power we have is running out, illnesses are spreading through the city, and treatment isn't available as it used to be. Our population is dropping by the day. We took a great risk to increase the radius of our scouting missions, desperate to find something outside the wall that could help us. This outside the wall just makes me think it's like Attack on Titan. You already know the rest of the story. We found the portal and you. And now you know why this whole thing is so important to me. All our hopes lie in acquiring the generators you promised us. But that story is just like a hypothetical. If it's like in our world, but suddenly there's like a magical portal that's just there that we've not seen. It's like we've mapped out 99.9% of the Earth's surface, 100%. Not the caves and not underwater. But why, in this, it's just like, it's a hypothetical scenario where we had technology, we had this, they had all this fancy shit, but then they're saying the only time they found the portal machines was after the EMP, post-apocalyptic EMP that fucked the world, so they roamed around and only then they found a magical portal device? Unless they explain who built it and when they built it, I'm hoping they do, but I won't get into it in case maybe they do have an answer and it's spoilers. But now you know why this whole thing is so important to me. All our hopes lie in acquiring the generators you promised us. The act of sending Reza and me here was, without a doubt, already cost the lives of some people back home. Beyond the city walls is a dead zone. We haven't heard from any other settlements for months now. The state of the rest of our world is unknown. When Reza and I were sent here, my peers made it clear that this was our last chance. If anything happened to us, no more people will be sent. If we can't manage to bring back something that will help, we have sealed the fate of the tens of thousands that live in our city. I'm sorry, Neco, I didn't know. If what you're telling me is the truth, it unfortunately does not work in your favor. Yeah, no shit. As sad as your situation may be, it gives Reza a motive. Desperate times call for desperate measures, after all. Well, true, that's just why I don't blame Reza for his overreaction, because no one died. In that vein, it also gives you a motive. Considering the gravity of the human plight, it gives you all the more reason to collaborate with him. I'm not. What Reza's doing is wrong. You can't send me away under these circumstances because I'm your best bet at finding him. This sounds like a load of horse shit, but I mean, if you can convince him. Even so, you would be still in grave danger after we announce Reza's involvement in the murders. I cannot and will not take responsibility for the consequences when I know of the risks. What about our deal then? In the wake of this new information, as a sign of goodwill, we will send the generators we are owed through the portal once this is over, under 2 conditions. Humanity must condemn Reza's actions, and we must reclaim the stolen PDAs. I've changed my mind. You should let Neco stay here. I cannot take your word under consideration in this matter, Chief. Taking into account Maverick's actions and your responsibility for them, you will have to be dealt with separately. With my authority as the minister in charge of the human visit, my decision is to have Neco sent back to the human world through the portal. Please. Immediately. Damn. Chief, please arrange for an escort to take Neco to the portal now. I could do it myself. She doesn't trust him, even. Well, we have our own matters to discuss, Chief, and I would rather get that over with as quickly as possible. In that case, one of my officers should be here any moment. I arranged for him to meet us here. How handy, then let us wait. Is this officer going to help me out, then? It didn't take long for Sebastian to arrive after the situation was explained. He was visibly shocked, but didn't protest when he was given the task of sending me back through the portal. Let's go, Neco. Don't even get to say goodbye. Let us not waste any more time. You'll still be free to send letters after you have arrived on the other side. I can't send letters to my dragon harem. That's not enough. Yeah. We can't go through the portal. That would be a shitty ending. Something has to happen. We were silent as Sebastian and I slowly made our way to the portal. With each step I took, I drew closer and closer to the hopelessness waiting for me in the ruins of the human world. And all in all, I certainly had a unique experience alongside these dragons, and although this place was filled with just as much drama and murder as back home, I would remember this world and all the people I met. I would fondly think back to the days I spent in their comfortable standard of living, a shadow of how humanity used to be. Even without the generators, at the very least I'd be returning home with a few life lessons. What's going on here? No, Adine. I need my 3rd and 4th date. Austin thought I hadn't even noticed Adine approach. It's none of your concern, please leave. Can't I even get a few minutes before I go? I suppose nobody's stopping us, but make it quick. Hey Neco, what's going on here? Something serious happened, looks like I have to leave. Right now, why? Is the minister's decision, not mine. You'll hear all about it soon enough. Does this have anything to do with what I've been hearing? Is Reza really a murderer?
Why am I saying afraid so?
I'm not fucking buying the game's linguistic bullshit. Fuck off. Oh, well, what does that make you? I don't have anything to do with that. I was helping the police find him. Then why are you leaving? They don't want me to stay here with all the things going on. It's for my own safety. Well, it was nice to get to know you at least. Likewise. I guess I should get going. Goodbye, Neco. Goodbye. I remember her. That was the witness from Reza's first murder. Did you know her? Yes. I dated her twice. I didn't get to first base. A few minutes. Wait, what was it? First base is first place. I can't even remember it. Was it first place is touching, second place is smooching? Man, I can't remember the bases. Do Zoomers even use the baseball analogy anymore, or am I just an old person for thinking of the whole baseball regime of, the dating things? I don't know. Let me know, please, in the comments. A few minutes later, we arrived at the portal, standing proud as ever in defiance of the elements. How many years had the structure survived before it was found? Let alone who made it again. I hope I can remember how this thing works. Are you joking? Yes, right, I got it. Alright, I suppose it's time for us to say goodbye. And I don't even see Anna, unless they show up later. Let's keep it professional. I don't like to mix personal matters with work. He looked away and I shrugged. Go ahead and turn it on then. Would you stand between the pillars, please? Yeah. Let's hope it doesn't work, because then I'll end it. Yeah. I took my place and stared toward the horizon while I thought about what would happen now in this world and others. Even if I made a break for it, I'd become a fugitive. No better than Reza, it'd be near impossible to investigate the case by myself on the run, in a world I knew so little about. At the very least, I took comfort in the fact that I did everything I could to help, even if it turned out like this. Nevertheless, I dreaded going back to empty-handed and returning to my old life in our ruined city. Any second now, the teleportation process would start, disintegrating my body before I would reappear on the other side, back in my dying world. I wonder if there was any risk of getting lost somewhere between worlds we didn't really know how the portals worked. After all, maybe it would be flung somewhere else in space-time. Are they trying to set some kind of foreshadowing immediately? Actually, like, we go in the portal, but it just sends us back to the start of the game, but with our knowledge intact? Probably. I hadn't noticed any unusual changes in my body since I arrived in the Dragon's World, but I had no way of knowing if there were potential long-term side effects. Well, get scanned. I still remembered the images I saw when I teleported the first time, the vivid sights and the patterns, people and situations I have recognized since then. It only took a moment to arrive at the other side of the portal, yet it felt like I had dreamed 1,000 dreams. And during the nights I spent here, these dreams had often reappeared. Any time now I would undergo the same experience again. I was almost relieved that my adventure was over. Things had turned out far differently than I expected. I evaded danger, got swept into a murder investigation, and met incredible, intelligent beings, some not, from several different species. It had been certainly a time to remember. With that thought, I closed my eyes and braced myself for the moment that would come any second now. But that moment never came. The next thing that did happen was I heard Sebastian's voice. It's not working. Are you joking again? No, really, it's not working. Wait, what is this? No one guarded the machine. You would think the dragons would... What? Isn't there always supposed to be a person guarding this? Didn't they say there is always someone that guards this? I swear to God. Or was it like Maverick, but then not Maverick anymore? I don't know. Remind me unless there was... I swear... whatever. I don't think so. This doesn't look like a simple act of vandalism. It looks like some parts were torn out. I guess that means I'm not leaving, huh? Not yet, at least. Well, what do we do now? Let's head back. The chief has to know about this right away. Yeah, true. We were back at the ministry before long. Amara and Bryce were still outside as Remy approached the two of them. Ah, here are my case files, Amara.
Why, thank you.
Neco and an officer. What is this about, Amara? That's what I would like to know. Please, officer, enlighten me. Why has my order not been carried out? The portal's broken. It's broken. Yeah, it looks like someone tampered with it and stole the parts. I couldn't even get the interface to turn on. We'll check it out once I'm done here. I suppose Neco will stay with us for a little longer after all.
How convenient.
Seeing how this is an emergency situation, I'll make this short. Chief, as a result of your carelessness regarding Maverick and Reza, you are temporarily removed from any duties relating to the humans. Damn. Given these dangerous times, you will instead serve as my personal escort until further notice. Damn, he gets to guard a old Karen dinosaur that looks like she's from... No, was it the old movie? Wait, what's that old dinosaur movie, the Disney one? Lost in Time? The Land Before Time, that's it. She reminds me of the Triceratops character a bit whenever I keep seeing her, but she's got bad ears and old lady earrings. Considering the circumstances, you'll be allowed to coordinate the investigation of the portal, but after that you immediately return to me to start your new task. Understood. Then all of you dismissed. She turned to leave, Remy trailing after her. Alright, let's head to the portal. That includes you, Neco. Of course. Out of the corner of my eye, I spotted a sheet of paper on the ground. What's this? Amber probably dropped one of the case files. How convenient. Either her or her assistant. You better bring that to her, Sebastian, and I should hurry to the portal. Meet us there afterwards, okay? Sure. It seems almost convenient that I'd be alone with Bryce for him to tell me something. I picked up the sheet and started reading it. I picked it up and didn't immediately... Okay. It was about what had happened when I met Reza at the portal. Of course, it didn't say anything I didn't already know. As I walked up the stairs, I wondered if it was okay for an unauthorized person to enter the building. All I knew about the place was that Emma worked there. I did have an important document that was going to be missed, so I walked inside, only to be greeted by an empty lobby. Luckily, there were some signs directing me to Emma's office. It didn't take long to find it, and I heard voices when I approached the door. By the way, what happened to the scroll you brought me this morning? The last time I saw it, it did not have that tear. I dropped it. Tell me something new for once. Okay, someone else dropped it. Am I supposed to believe that, Remy? Are you aware of how much this costs? Repairing and replacing artifacts is not cheap. Artifacts. So Remy was the one who fucking broke it down? I'm afraid we'll have to deduct this from your wage again. I see. You're not doing this on purpose, are you? Of course not. You've been working for me for a long time now. I expected you to learn at some point. You are very resistant to do so. Not wanting to listen to this any longer, I decided to knock.
Why? They're having an important villain conversation, Borderline. Come on.
There were a few seconds of silence.
Please come in.
I only opened the door long enough to hand Remy the sheet of paper. I think you dropped this outside. See ya. After I closed the door and started to walk, I heard the voices resume. This is from one of the case files you requested. You must have dropped it. Then why was it left outside? As my assistant, you should have paid more attention. Yeah, man, Emra's a bitch behind closed doors. God damn. If this got into the wrong hands, someone could get in trouble. Yes. So Remy's involved? Because they're talking about artifacts. I don't know what other artifacts exist in this world, so we only know that this machine is an artifact, basically. I'm gonna have to leave it here before it gets way too long, too. I wouldn't change things any other way, so thankfully we didn't waste a lot of save spaces, too. Thank God! We've just been a lot of reading and ranting. But we will leave it here, basically. I hope you enjoyed. If you have anything you want to say about my rants, or if you have any responses, or any of your own similar beliefs, let me know in the comments down below. But otherwise, it's like the rant just basically boils down to, it's like, stop calling him a killer, and balance is the key of life. Once you find internal balance, and don't think of it like meditation and yoga and being a monk, you just need to find balance. It's hard when you're younger because hormones and chemicals, but the more you try, the better you'll get. You just need to self-reflect, introspectively look at what you want to be, what makes you happy, and don't make other people miserable at the cost of it, basically. Be balanced, be good, don't be a douche. That's easy. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, become a full subscriber, hit the bell notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.